Most time people assume that I'm usually Pakistani or Indian, but I'm actually Sri Lankan.
Rita says another question loaded with cultural cluelessness is when she's asked if she's Chinese or American.
I'm both of these, and I don't think I necessarily have to pick.
Jamaica's the only country in the world I know you can have a complete conversation using just the vowels. Eh? Eh? Aye? Oh.
Like Trinidadian accent, they sound like they're like singing, or like Bajan from Barbados. It's like really like jumpy, like skippy kind of, like upbeat, and yeah, like the accent is definitely distinguishable. I don't know. I can distinguish between them, among them. But I think it's funny because I feel like people who are not Caribbean, like when they'll hear like a Caribbean accent, whether it's Jamaican, Bajan, anything, they'll just say like, I don't know, they might lump it like, oh, Jamaican accent, and
with like Western Africa, they have a similar dialect in terms of like pidgin, where it's a broken English, and generally most of West Africans use that language to communicate to each other. So that's generally the same.
And you may not have like the same dances, but like say if I'm like at a Nigerian party or something, like, and I see them dancing, I'm like, oh, like that looks like something like that Jamaican would do. It's like an intermingling of the culture.
With food, like even in my household, my mother learned to make oxtail because she was like, I love the food so much.
Be in the car with my mom and like listening to the radio, and there'll be like some newer like reggae song or something, or dance hall song. Like she'll be like, what is this nonsense or whatever. Like, it's a Jamaican artist, like, it's a part of our culture. And she's like, oh, like, she wouldn't even be able to like tell you what song it is or like identify with it at all. But just like, the changes with time, like music develops, how people appreciate it and dance to it change.
You put it in a box because it's like, oh, I'm Nigerian, okay, so you're with the Africans, and so you match with Africans, you hang out with Africans, whatever the case is. Caribbeans here, Black people here, and then
being at Georgetown, like you come to appreciate like the differences among like people of different ethnicities, and even within the same ethnicity, like in terms of like stereotypes, like you realize there's so many differences within people of just one country.
Sort of themed floors. We've got Justice and Diversity in Action, which is my floor. There's a Culture and Performance floor for people who are interested in like theater and the arts, living well. We've got Muslim interest living. So it's a safe space to like ask questions about topics that you might just not know about, like race, about gender, often about sexuality. And everyone is bringing in such diverse experiences. Like people are from all over the place. People are